Okay, we are live. Hello, if anyone's there. I'm just going to send out a tweet to let people know we're doing sprints.
I will retweet it.
Okay, done.
Let me refresh my feed. Oh, I see it. I see it. Why is it not showing up in my mentions?
Twitter's really weird now.
Twitter's lost the plot. And then Elon Musk tweeted being like, "Oh, if anyone knows how to fix it, we've made our code open source, so you can fix it," kind of thing, basically. And I was like, "Sir, nobody understands your code because you fired everyone who understands your code."
Oh my god!
You can't just open source your problem.
Yeah, and then is he also asking for free labor? Is that?
To be fair, that is a very common thing in the dev community. That is a big thing, and I hate it. People are always like, "Oh, if you want a job, if you want to beef up your resume, contribute to open source stuff." And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing free labor."
Oh my god! Why is that so normalized?
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, it's a given. It's usually a give and takes, right? So you get free labor, but then also people can use your stuff for free. Okay. So it's a give and take. But with Twitter, it's there's nothing in that open source that you could possibly use in your own stuff. It's so proprietary, and it's and I can't remember what the wording of when he put it out it was basically just it's our site hasn't been functioning due to a lack of understanding, and it's it's because nobody left has an understanding.
Oh my god.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Remember when we thought everyone was gonna not have Twitter anymore? It was going to die.
Well, I really did think it was gonna die for a second.
What a time. What a time. I've got the timer set up. Oh, and it's saved from last time.
Oh.
I think it's the same times. Yeah. 26 minutes reading, 6 minute short break, 16-minute long break. Oh, that's nice. Did I threes? Oh no, you're just reading.
No. I'm just
very still. I'm
I'm just trying to find the quote. It says, "Oh my goodness, stop it." It says, "Our algorithm is overly complex and not fully understood internally." People will discover many silly things, but will patch issues as soon as they're found.
Oh my god.
Such an idiot.
What's wrong with him?
Oh, so funny. It's just so funny to me.
Should we just go in and do our first sprint? No one's here. So
okay.
Let's just do what we're here to do.
What are you reading again? I already forgot. Oh, Monstrous.
I think I'm going to start with Monstrous, but I'll see if I'm in the mood. I might start it and be like, yeah. What are you going to start with?
I'm going to start with this. I want to try to get at least halfway, which I think I'm almost halfway, so that should be doable.
Yay. Okay, let me do the share screen. Share. Are we seeing it?
Yes.
Yes.
What are we doing? 26 minutes, 6-minute breaks?
Yes. That's my standard.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. See you in 26 minutes. It was so loud.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Hello.
How'd you go? How'd the reading go?
I'm on page 163. I think I read like almost 20 pages, something like that.
That's so good. I don't know how much I read, but
how's it going? Are you enjoying it?
it is very heavy on the actual storytelling.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued, and I forgot how it jumps around. You know, there's sort of two timelines.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm glad I'm reading it again. We'll
I remember feeling like it was very like info dumpy in a way.
Yeah, you're really thrown into the story, and I have no idea.
Yeah. Kitty.
Verbal says hello.
She's so funny.
I'm rereading Monstrous Volume 1. I read this like 2 years ago, but I never continued, so I want to read this to read the rest of them.
I'm reading Thousand Autumns, which is one of the newer Danmei books to come out. I think it literally came out last week. It's quite
I
good.
love the cover. It's so pretty. Every time you hold it up, I'm like, damn.
I love it. And then like the inside covers is like the full inside cover, and then there's like a secondary inside cover.
Oh my god, they outdid themselves.
This one is really good, and also, so I have only read the first volume of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, and I had a lot of issues with like the quality of like the translation and the proofreading and all that kind of stuff. And this one is a lot better by comparison. And I don't know if it's just because the original writing is better, or the translator is better, or like the team that worked on this is just better, or just in general they've increased like the quality. But I'm pretty happy with this.
That's good. That's good. Is it the same translator, or is it translating?
No. It's the same translator as one of the other MXTX series. The SVSSS. I don't know what the full name of that one is. It's like, what is that one called? The Scum Villains Self-Saving System. That's the other one. I think it's the same. This is the same translator as that one. But yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of drama in the translation Danmei community with the other book in that translation. It's a whole thing.
But so it's popularly disliked.
It was popularly disliked, and the whole, basically, long story short, the drama was that the other two series, because basically they launched all 3 series by this author at the same time. Like, they licensed them at the same time. The other 2 series, the translators were the official, or like they were taken from the popular like fan translations. And then and the only series that got completely retranslated was Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. And there was like a whole drama that went down about it, because the people with the most popular fan translation online got really upset about it, because now they have to take down their copy like online. And then it was like a whole thing. It was a whole thing. It was very entertaining for me as a fan, just following along all the drama. But yeah, it's just interesting how like every community has its own drama.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't continue either, and I like meant to, but it's been 2 years.
That's the same as me. Every time I go to the used bookstore, I like think to myself, I'm like, oh, if I see volume 2, I'll buy it. But then I just don't.
But I'm also sitting here thinking, reading this, it's not completed, is it? Like whole series.
No, it's still going on.
And I'm like, I'll probably have to reread it again down the track. It's not a story. It's so complicated. It's a story that you do have to sit down and read quite close together, all the volumes. So I'm like, do I read this now? Like, I'm going to. But it's a bit like, probably have to reread down the track.
Yeah. You know what I remember also feeling like when I read it was the font is so small.
It is so tiny.
And now I remember what I was thinking at the time. I was like, I think I'm just gonna like borrow them digitally from my library so that I can zoom in like a grandma. Because I remember being like
but also in a lot of the graphics, there's a lot going on. So like not only do you have to like zoom in for the font, but you're also gonna zoom in for the graphics.
Yeah, it was a struggle.
It
oh my
is
goodness.
A struggle. I know, already? 6 minutes already.
It's already time to read again. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm down. I was so excited because I saw this has an animated adaptation, but I hate the animation style. Like it's kind of that more, it's more like a video game animation style, like where it's like a little bit more 3D style animation, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh no.
I'm so sad. I was like so excited to watch the animation as well, and I was like,
and now you can't.
Now I can't. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
How'd you go?
I'm on page 187, which is pretty much about halfway, I think.
Wow.
Look at them. Look at them.
It's all just so pretty, isn't it?
I love
them. Hello, Liam.
Hello. How's Monsters going?
I think I'm liking it more this time.
Okay.
But it's definitely heavy. I think what's interesting though is because you know how everyone does like graphic novel recommendations. I feel like this is often recommended for starters, and I would not recommend this to a newbie.
I also don't think it's a good like intro to graphic novels.
Not at all. Hello.
Oh.
Hi, Aaron. How are you?
Hi, Aaron. What are you reading these days? Are you still reading Malazan? I think it's supposed to be pronounced Malazan of Blood and Fire. Is this a self-pub book?
For some reason I thought it was like George R. R. Martin, but
no, there is. I know which one you're talking about, though. No, this is the one I'm thinking of. The Ryan Cahill or whatever.
They're all got the same title, those fantasy books.
I know. You know what's annoying? It's like people always like complain about YA books always being called a thing of thing and thing, but like the adult SFF dude bro books also do this.
Literally, and like the Robin Hobb books, half the time I don't say the right title because they're all so similar.
They're the same to me. In my head, all the Robin Hobb books should just have numbers on them. They should just be numbered 1 to 14 or whatever it is.
I can't keep up. It's so hard.
It's so true. Are you going to continue on with Monsters then? Next sprints?
I think I will. I think I'll finish it. Hopefully
Okay.
today.
Okay.
I kind of just want to read it in one go, you know?
Yeah, I feel that. Hello. Not sure what to read. Do you have options?
What are your options?
Yeah, we love voting for things here. Oh, I have some catching up to do. I've been so bad recently, and I've also been really bad about like leaving comments, and I'm just like, because sometimes, this is the thing, sometimes I'm at work and I will just put people on in the background instead of like me concentrating on work, but then when I'm doing that, like I don't comment because it's on the TV.
I do that, especially when I'm cleaning, and then like I kind of just go through and watch a bunch of people, and I mean to go back and comment, and I'm like, hang on.
I always forget.
Yeah, and it's like you could go to your history and just look at it and then go back and comment, but I get distracted.
Same.
Like by the time I have the time to comment. It is so complex.
It is.
So complex.
It's more than just that like the story in the world is complex. It's like I feel like the way that it's laid out is not easy to follow, in my opinion. Agreed. And I'm like, I would not consider myself, you know, a newbie to the graphic novel comic medium. So like I just like, but I'm also like I do primarily mostly read manga, to be fair. So it is laid out.
Yeah.
But like Monstrous is laid out in a very difficult.
And there's so little text, but so much information delivered in that small amount of text that it's kind of heavy to read as well, which I don't think you go into.
Also, I hate the font. I'm now like getting flashbacks of what I didn't like. I hate the font.
Yeah. Options. Oh.
The Spear Cuts Through Water. I think you'll really like it. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Did you finish that?
No. I had to return it to the library. I only read 200 pages of it. And then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy myself a copy when the paperback comes out. Because I do want to annotate it. But, like...
That's fair.
Good.
That is fair.
It's one of those books that you start reading and you're like, this is like peak. This is literary goodness.
Is it? Okay, I love that. You're in the right mood for it, don't you?
Literature. No, I'm kidding, but you read it and you're like, there's something like quite special about this.
What's Last Violent Call? I don't think I've heard of that one.
Is that a Chloe Gong? It sounds like a Chloe Gong.
Oh,
it is. It is. I was just gonna say.
I have seen that around. Book titles.
Is this the novella duo? It is. It is. It's like a duo of novellas in that world.
Oh.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I hated the sequel to These Violent Delights so much that I
remember that.
I'm so put off of reading anything in that world now.
Traveling Cat Chronicles.
That is on my...
I'm pretty sure I read that, but I get confused because I've read a few cat books that are translated from Japanese. And they kind of blur.
At one point in time, I had a vlog that I was gonna do. I was gonna do a vlog that was like Japanese cat books. But I know that vlog never came to fruition.
You can still do it.
So many.
You can rate them from most recommended to least and all that.
There are quite a number, though. To be fair,
there is. Ooh.
Do you have like one on audio and one on physical? Like, is there a medium that you are more in the mood for right now? Because I would say if you have like one on audio and one physically and you're in the mood for an audiobook, then just start the audio. That's
a good way to do it.
Suggestion. But yeah.
And also they're two very different books.
Very different.
Probably a lot heavier, and one's probably a little bit easier to read. So
I think they're both probably heavy in a different way. Yeah, one is like 600 pages and one is like 150 or something, or like 200.
Oh.
Interesting. I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, let's do these sprints and then we can chat.
All right.
Again. Hello. Oh, God.
Hello.
How is it? I've never read To Kill a Mockingbird.
Me neither. At my school, it was like only an optional book. So like usually it was like in the summers, we had a mandatory book and then an optional book that we had to read. And so you pick from the list. And I don't know. I picked like a random Lisa C book. Instead of To Kill a Mockingbird, but it was like 90% of the people in my grade read To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, and it was never mandatory, but we had the most weirdest books. We didn't have like common classics. We just had very random ones.
Yeah, I think also like the ones you see floating on the internet are always like American classics as well. So like we didn't necessarily read that many American classics here. Interesting. I have heard, like, to be fair, like a lot of my friends in school, like that was one of their favorite books they read in school. So
that's good.
So I will say my school had some like really alternative book choices. Like I remember the reason why I got into Percy Jackson was because one year the year 7s were doing Percy Jackson, and I happened to go on a trip with a grade 7 English teacher, and so she lent me her book because I finished my book. And
oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, so that's how I got into Percy Jackson. But like they all got to read Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief for school, which is so cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Oh my God, 34%.
Wow.
Oh. Who is the narrator? Let me look this up.
Narrators always make or break it, don't they?
100%.
How'd you go with your book?
I'm on page 208.
You're flying through it.
I'm loving it. This is so good.
I didn't read much that time, to be honest, because I got hungry, so I made a snack.
Oh, that's fair. I went
and then ate the snack.
What'd you have?
I just had hummus and like
dip. I love hummus.
And chips and stuff. It's good.
I love hummus. Okay, I've never heard of this narrator, but it looks like this narrator does like all the Jeffrey Archer, like I think they're like political thrillers or something. I don't know.
Oh.
They look like those generic. They look like airport books. If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
I'm reading Thousand Autumns, which is one of the new Danmei books in the Seven Seas Danmei line. It's good. It's wuxia. If you are interested in more wuxia, this is a pretty solid wuxia. Shit is hitting the fan. At one point, I was reading the sentence and I kind of like read it casually, and then I was like, hold on. And then I went back to the sentence, and it was just casually like, and then he castrated the guy, and I was like, what? A what? And it was just like so casually mentioned, and I was like, let me just read that sentence again. Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. I really liked that book when I read it. I haven't
read either of them.
I haven't heard of the first one, but yeah, the second one, it was like, I didn't read it for school, but it was a book that my teacher recommended to me. 8th grade. That feels very early to be reading that.
Yeah. I have heard that about the
same. I have heard that as well. I did buy the Husky one. Well, technically, so the thing is like they were doing buy 2 get 1 free, and I wasn't gonna read that series, but then I didn't have a third book, so I was like, might as well just get it. And if I like it, I have another God knows how many book series to get into. This is the problem with like light novels, is that there's always like so many volumes, and I'm like,
I feel like there's always so many spin-offs as well, like or connecting books.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm in it for the long haul, I guess. And these ones are so expensive. They're just so expensive. To be fair, when I get them on sale, they're not bad. Like, but when they're full price, they're pricey. I guess they are pretty though.
They are pretty.
Like, let me find some good artwork. Look at them. Look at him. Look at my little cinnamon roll.
It's so pretty.
I love him.
God.
Yeah. I like it. I like this one a lot. I will say, I do like how they all look on the shelf because I now have 6 of these. Like from the same
getting your collection up there.
Like six of them from the same imprint, and they all kind of like look the same-ish. So it's just like it's really nice on the shelf. I will say that.
Oh, that's it. I got to one of those pages, by the way. You know, the ones with the
the one with the cat.
And I was like,
oh, is it a cat? Am I remembering?
Yeah, you're remembering.
Yeah, okay, it's a cat.
It's a little cat.
It's so it's too much. It's also like, in my opinion, that's just lazy world building. Like if you need to info dump a whole page every chapter, I don't like that. I hate it.
That is true. And the thing is, because there was so much text, got to the end of the page. I was like, hang on, I'm not taking any of this in. That world building is not built in here. Like,
yeah, it's too much.
It really is. I'm going to continue, but
yeah,
those pages are annoying.
I agree.
Anyway,
all right,
let's get back to it.
Happy reading.
Hello. We made it to our long break.
Hello. Oh my goodness, look at us. I can't believe we've done 4 sprints already.
And we've actually been so productive. We're doing so well.
We are. We're not getting too off track.
I got to the end of the chapter and it's one of those pages. Oh, I was just like, I'll just stop for now.
Oh my goodness. I'm on page 240.
You've got only that much left.
I know. And the thing is like a good chunk of the book is like glossary and appendix as well. So it's really only like this much left.
You're going to finish. Wow.
We'll see. I am loving it.
Yay.
It's so good.
Happy for you.
It's just like these 2 characters, because like I told you, right? Like one of them is like a cinnamon roll. Yeah, and he's like a cinnamon roll, but he's also like he's from like a Taoist sect, so that he's like a very good, like a morally good person. And then the other guy is from like a demonic sect, and he's known as like the demon lord. And so like he's like an evil, he's actually kind of terrible. But like his whole thing is that like he's really strong, and like the other guy like lost all his memories and like got injured, so he's not good anymore, but he used to be really good. And so like it's like he wants him to be better, but he also wants to corrupt him so that he like falls from like grace kind of thing. And I'm like, I love it. I love them.
Oh my goodness, look at you go.
You're flying through that book.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, is this like a flying through it because you're loving it, or flying through it because you might as well? Because those are 2 very different vibes.
Exactly. Oh, I don't know what I want to read next.
I haven't read an audiobook in so long. I feel like this year I've just not been really feeling audiobooks.
Yeah, I keep starting some and then just not being into it as much. Yeah. I don't force it as much anymore, which I kind of like.
Same.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you, I've almost finished like the last Rowan Hobb book. Did I tell you about this?
I think so. You told me you were starting it.
I'm almost finished. I'm like 150 pages from the end, but I had to stop. Like stress levels are high. I got to page like it was like just before 200, and I stopped for like 5 days, and then I read 50 pages. I was like, I can't read more.
Do you think it's gonna be like your favorite one in the series?
I think so. I think it already is shaping up to be, because it's all like it's a different series. Each of the books, so there's like a trilogy, another trilogy, and now there's different characters in some of them, and now everything's connected in this like last book. So it's been really satisfying to have all those connections come together. But I'm still like, oh my god, I can't finish it. Like, I don't want to get to the end. So that's it.
That's true. That is it.
I'm already thinking I have to go back and like reread them all, because I want to do a ranking video. I'm going to do one immediately after I finish this. And then I want to do another ranking video down the track.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like it will change. I definitely feel like it's subject to change. I know the Rainwell Chronicles, the one with the dragons. That's my least favorite.
I was going to say you didn't love those ones, did you?
They're so different in tone compared to the rest of them. Like, is it written by Rowan Hobb? I have questions. I don't think it is.
Did she get a ghostwriter?
It's so weird. It's like, when I was reading it, because Katie had read it and she loved it, she's like, everyone's so horny. And I'm like, yeah, they are.
It's such a Katie thing to say.
But it's literally like a soap opera. Like,
yeah, I remember you saying it was kind of like Bridgerton, because I was also like around the time Bridgerton was like really
I forgot I said that.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I was like, I I don't know what this means. Robin Hood Bridgerton edition.
Weird, because the other ones are like, you know, high stakes, high fantasy, intense court politics, and then you have this like soap opera.
That's so funny.
Like, thinking back on it, it was a fun time, but it was very confusing to read in the middle of the other books.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not what I expected.
A different vibe.
Yay!
Oh, very nice. I hate that. I feel like that's why I've kind of right now like gone off audiobooks a little bit, because I realized the last couple of audiobooks I read, like the narrators just like negatively impacted my enjoyment so much that I was like, I don't know about this.
And sometimes it's so annoying because I'm finding, especially recently, because I'm not buying books really anymore, it's so much easier for me to get access to the audiobook than a physical copy. And maybe I should just buy ebooks, but the struggle, right? You're back!
Oh, Erin's back! Oh my goodness. Wait, what did you say you were reading again?
Blood
the Ryan Cahill. The Ryan Cahill book. Is that on Kindle Unlimited? I still have Kindle Unlimited for like 2 more weeks.
I need to have a look at what that is. Let me have a look. Of Blood.
You might have heard it. I feel like it's like one of the really popular self-pub fantasy books. It's probably like, I'd say like top 5.
Why is From Blood and Ash coming up when I Google it?
Dead.
That's all that's come up. I don't know if you can see that.
Are you searching the correct title?
Of Blood and Ash? Oh, no.
Blood and Fire. I knew it. I fucking knew it. As soon as you said the wrong things are showing up, I was like, you're definitely searching the wrong title.
I found it. Oh my god. Anyway, moving on. I have seen this one.
I have downloaded it. Whether I'll actually read it, unsure.
I can't believe I did that.
I very much can. What do you mean it's a Dragon Rider fantasy allegedly? Like, is it not? What does allegedly? What do you mean allegedly? Okay.
Oh, that's me right now. Sounds like what I need.
That is why I'm reading this currently.
They are. I didn't know.
Why?
Oh.
Why?
Interesting. There's so many books, excuse me, like that now. Like, be interesting to see if they actually go through with it, because I feel like half the time you hear that these books are going to be made into.
That's true. Also, a lot of times they will like option. Like, I don't really understand the difference, but apparently there's like, you can like optioning a book doesn't mean it's actually going to get made or something like that. So like whenever people say like this book isn't even out yet, but it's like already been optioned, it doesn't really mean anything other than the fact that like, I think it's like one day, if it ever gets made, this studio has first dibs on it, basically. That's all it means.
But it is sometimes used as a marketing.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But yeah, like I don't really understand.
Neither.
But yeah. 20% in, there's no dragon and there's no riding. I mean, that feels like a bamboozlement to me. Is there not a dragon on the cover? I thought I saw a dragon. I'm tired of these dragon books that don't have dragons in them.
Yeah, what is with that?
I am tired of it. There's
It looks
too
like
many.
a dragon egg.
Yeah, it looks like something. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay. Interesting.
So it's self-pub, huh?
Yeah.
I do want to read more self-pub.
I do, but it's like unless I feel like unless you have Kindle Unlimited, reading self-pub is like really inaccessible, to be quite honest. Like yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah. What's on your top of the TBR for fantasy books?
Oof. I don't know.
Tough question.
Tough question. Let's look at my NetGalley TBR because that's actually what I need to read. Okay, so I have The Scarlet Alchemist by Kylie Lee Baker, which I actually am really excited
I need to Google these.
Did you read The Keeper of Night? It's the same authors that.
Oh, I own it, but I haven't read it.
This is her new series, which is basically like she pitches it as Full Metal Alchemist, but like an ancient China version.
What?
Correct.
Actually, you know what? I think I've seen you share this on Twitter.
Probably. Because I listen, I didn't love the sequel to Keeper of Night. Like, I thought it was really good, but it wasn't as good as the first book. But like, I just love the way she writes, you know? So I have that. That doesn't come out till October though. So I'm like trying not to prioritize it over all the arcs that I have that already came out. I have The Millhouse Murders, which is a Japanese mystery. I have Fonda Lee's book, which I still haven't read. I've had this since like November or something ridiculous.
It's a novella, isn't it?
It is. The thing is, I keep trying to read it, but like I've not been in the mood for it, and I just haven't been able to get into it. And then I have Bonesmith by Nikki Pau-Preto, which I heard about from your video. I have The Faithless, Erin. I have The Faithless. Don't you worry. I got the e-arc for it, and I was so excited for it, and I was like, immediately, let me start my reread of book 1. And then I got, I think, like maybe like 50 pages into my reread, and then I just stopped reading fantasy, like all together. And now my actual copy of The Faithless has come in now, so didn't need that e-arc, did not need to request that. I also have Adrian Tchaikovsky's fantasy that came out in December that I still haven't read.
I keep meaning to read more by him, but I haven't.
Me too.
I haven't even read the sequel to Children of Time.
Me too. I have it sitting on my TBR shelf. It's shocking. I have too many books to read. I'm on a all-round purchasing ban. Not just books, just purchasing. I gotta stop purchasing things.
I almost brought oh my god, why am I blanking on her name? Chakraborty essay? Is that a
Yeah, her new book.
Yeah, her new book. I almost brought it, but I haven't decided if I want to buy a physical copy, so I haven't yet.
I feel like she's like one of your faves though.
I know, but then I'm like, I'm really not spending money at the moment.
That's fair.
I brought one book all year.
What did you buy?
I only brought what's it called? Hellbent.
Oh,
which I haven't even read. So I'm like, I'm not buying another book until I've read that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm being very well behaved.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this doesn't surprise me. I feel like we're all in the same boat.
Pretty much.
Like if we're here on book 2, we're all kind of in the same boat.
We really are.
It's a problem. It's really a problem. I feel like I've gotten to the point where I go through phases where I feel like sometimes my like physical book collection, not even just my like unread TBR, but my like physical book collection just like is overwhelming. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And then at some point I redirected those emotions into buying ebooks. So now also my ebook collection is disgusting. And then also, I have also shifted that into buying video games. So I now have a backlog on everything. It's a problem. Damn, you can't even ask for ARCs or go to the library? That's a serious ban. Because here's my problem. Hard. I always let myself get library books, or I always let myself read NetGalley ARCs, and then if I like the book, I end up buying it because I want a physical copy of it, which is such a problem. And I really should.
It's so hard though.
It is, especially because like if I've read an ebook of it, or like especially NetGalley ARCs, because like they don't they expire after a certain time, then I'm like, oh, I want to get a physical copy so I can like move all my notes in and add my notes. It's a problem. If only I didn't have to work.
I know.
Damn, I feel this. Not that I work at my day job. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'll be like, how has 5 hours passed and I've sent one singular email? Unsure.
I reckon you got like, I'm gonna say like 500.
Oh, that's higher than I would have guessed. I was gonna say somewhere around like 200.
I'm gonna pause it.
I'm gonna say 200. I have faith in you, Erin. It can't be that bad. I feel like 200 is like not an average, but like comparatively to how much you read, seems like a decent number.
I know I had 500 at one point. That's why I said that. Like, surely. We're ready.
I'm ready. Tell us.
More?
Oh no. Is it more than 500? That's worse than Nicole. and her Oh my goodness. Wait. Well, listen. That's fine. Listen. Erin reads like 300 books a year. That's like
that is
2.5 years of reading.
That is very true.
For me, that's like a lifetime, at least a decade of reading. Okay. By the time I read 776 books, I will be like a senior citizen. But like for Erin, no big deal. No big deal.
Oh, damn.
Is that including duplicates though? Or actually, I feel like you don't have that many duplicates in your collection for when I watch like your unhauls. Listen, ebooks and audiobooks don't count. There's no way to keep. If I counted ebooks and audiobooks, I'd have like hundreds of books, like hundreds. Listen, if I had the space for it, I would love just like all the books.
Yeah, I would love a room. I mean, I did have a room, but the thing is as well. Not anymore. But the thing is, the upkeep is so much. Like, I don't know how people do it all the time.
You know what stresses me out? Whenever I see people who, like, rearrange their massive collections every, like, couple of months. And in my head, like, listen, as a person who, like, hates organization, I just, like, that stresses me out so much. I don't know. Like, I can't even wrap my head around organizing my books once a year. So, like, I just, whenever I see people do it, then granted, I understand that it's, like, therapeutic for some people. So, but I see it and I'm just like, wow, my head already hurts. I'm overwhelmed.
It's so much work.
It is. It's also, like, physically exhausting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, taking everything out and putting it back in.
Literally. I got this comment on one of my unhauls and it was about the manual labor. And I was like, thank you. Because it was so much.
I mean, didn't you like dent your sofa?
It's fine now. I'm sitting on it. Like, it's fine. She's a strong girl. But like, it was so much labor. And that's why I still have some of the books sitting on my like shelf over there. Just because like getting rid of them is so much effort.
That's fair. I sometimes
they're going.
Sometimes I'll like unhaul books to like my parents' house. Like I don't fully unhaul them, but I just like bring them to my parents' house. But last time I brought them like a suitcase of books, and like usually my dad will just like put them on the shelf for me. And then I went back like the other week, which was like months, like maybe like half a year at least after I gave them that suitcase. And my dad's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." So they're just sitting in this suitcase, and I'm like, "My poor books."
Oh,
my poor.
It's hard though, unless you have the space and you don't move around a lot. Like if I had a permanent home, then
that's why I unhaul it to my parents' house because I don't live in that room.
That's clever.
They don't have any guests over, and even if they have guests over, like who are they to complain about my bedroom? You know?
That's so handy. You can take advantage of it.
Nice. It is quite nice. I mean, I have to buy shelves for it to put more books on it, but because currently, like the thing that's actually there from my childhood is my entire manga collection is in my parents' house.
Oh,
except for Lovecom. Lovecom I keep in my apartment all the time.
But it's like you have like a separate library elsewhere, you know, your own.
It is quite nice, yeah.
Library.
And like a lot of like my childhood books are there, so a lot of my like YA and middle grade from when I was growing up is all there as well, usually. And a lot of my romance collection is there too. Every year, that's rough.
How many books do you have in total in your collection? You must have over 1,000 if you have like.
Isn't that what is that the limit for like what a library is? How many books in a library? Don't people say 1,000 books? Yeah. If you have 1,000 books, that can be considered a library.
Oh shit! I'm almost on hold over almost 1,000 books,
according to the New York Times. Wow, that's impressive. I never unhaul. This is my problem. Like I have books on my shelf that I'm like, I know I didn't like these books, and I know that I will never read them, and I just can't get rid of them.
That's fair. I was like that for a really long time.
It's not.
I never really unhauled until just recently.
I don't unhaul things. This is a problem. I'm like a bit of a hoarder. It's really like a character flaw of mine. That's true. Fair. You unhaul so much.
That's really good though.
Mm-hmm. Like again, really as a hoarder, like I want to be that person. I just don't know how to be. I have like a very unhealthy emotional attachment to inanimate objects in my home. It's really a problem. it's really a problem. My parents used like it's not as bad anymore. Well, it's pretty bad. But it like when I was younger, I used to be like I used to have like emotional attachments to like random like scrap pieces of paper, and I would just never throw them out. And my dad and like my dad is like literally the king of unhauling. Okay, he is like the cleanest, tidiest person you will ever meet, and like he hates it. He's just like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, and he's like, "Can I please throw out this piece of paper?" And I would literally like sit there and cry over a piece of paper. I'd be like, "You can't, because I got this piece of paper from this thing, and like, what if I need it in one day? I think about this piece of paper." And I need it. And he's like, "You're never going to think of this piece of fucking paper."
Oh my goodness.
One of my fatal flaws as a human. This is why I really shouldn't start physically collecting things, because I will never get rid of them.
It's hard though. It really is hard.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But sometimes it's nice to be a hoarder, because like I was looking at I still have all of my old like Game Boys and like all my game consoles at my dad's house, and I'm just like, it's so nice to be able to like still have these things from my childhood, you know.
It is nice. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, the struggle.
It really is a struggle.
You used to need a huge house to keep everything.
But I also like don't like houses. Like I don't like it's like this weird thing in my mind where I absolutely hate stuff, but I also can't get rid of stuff. It's just,
that makes no sense.
I know it makes no sense. I can't explain it.
This is a point.
That's true. That is so true.
Can you imagine being a minimalist? Like in this tiny...
This is so true though, because everyone was like, oh, I have to get back into hobbies, and then everyone had to go buy arts and crafts stuff. And I was like, let me whip out my arts and crafts box of things I've accumulated over the years. Crochet needles, I got it. Felting equipment, I got it. Watercolor, literally anything, it's in my box.
Prepared.
I really was so prepared for lockdown. Yeah.
God, it's hard to believe how long it's been now.
Oh, I was looking, a whole bunch of stuff came out today because Animal Crossing came out 3 years ago today.
Oh.
And so a lot of people have made like videos about it and like how it changed their lockdown experience or whatever. And I was like, damn.
I still haven't gotten into Animal Crossing. I don't think it's like I don't think I have the patience for it.
Me neither. I'm considering like if I can find 2 other games I don't want, I'm considering trading it in for the new Fire Emblem.
Why not? Because then you're unhauling for something better.
I know. So the thing is, I'm like, I have Animal Crossing, and then I'd probably unhaul. That's the thing is, I don't know what kinds of games they accept. Like if they only accept the like $60 games or not. You know what I mean? Like the expensive game. But the other one was Fire Emblem Warriors, which I loved that game, but I also got stuck on a level and I'm never going to get past it. So like, what am I keeping this game around for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I don't have like a third game that I'm like, I really don't care about this game and I want to get rid of it.
Oh, that's hard.
Mm.
What would I get rid of?
I could get rid of Brilliant Diamond, like Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, because I've like finished it. But also, I don't want to.
You might want to play that.
Yeah, but
you go through phases where you want to revisit Pokemon.
Exactly, and it's also like I just love that Pokemon game, so I'm like, I don't really want to get rid of it. So I don't have a third game yet that I'm willing to part with. So
what would I get rid of?
Alas,
I also don't like getting rid of games. That's really hard.
It is hard. Like, if I'm being realistic, I probably will never play Breath of the Wild again, so I could get rid of it, but I don't think I want to. Because the other thing is, like, I have so many, like, I have an emotional attachment to it now, even though I never beat it because I suck at it, and, like, I probably won't play it again unless I restart.
But you might be better at it now, though. Like, you've played quite a few games.
That's true. And though I think with Breath of the Wild, if I am going to replay it, I can't just pick up where I left off. Like, I have to restart it at that point. Because I've forgotten how to play.
But you know what? You could always just start a new file and then you can revisit the old one if you want.
That's true, because they do let you have multiple files.
Yeah, I sometimes do that. Because you got to, like, go back and relearn it, but then you can go back and...
Yeah.
To the original.
That's true. Are you excited for Breath of the Wild 2? Well, Tears of the Kingdom, if you will.
I am, but like,
I don't know when
I'm going to get it. I don't know when I'm going to get it, though.
May
is going to be my busiest month.
Yeah, it's so... You should save it for your birthday. I
should. Or, like, get it for myself as a reward for surviving May, because, like, that's going to be hard.
Exactly.
So... I'll see. I'm definitely going to get it. Or if my brother gets it, I might just like borrow it.
True.
That's the good thing.
That is true.
You have family members who buy the games and then you don't have to
This is the problem with my family members who play the Switch. My cousins both only buy digitally. So like I can't share with them.
Why?
And then I think it's because like they like the convenience of it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like most people would like that these days.
Yeah, and it's also like you can just download, like if I want to play a game and I want to buy it, I can just buy it. Like I don't have to wait for it to arrive or anything. If I order it online, I don't have to go to the store to pick it up. And then the other thing is my sister only plays like Mario games. And I'm just like, and she plays like the fitness games, and I'm like, I'm good. My sister once was like, do you want to borrow Ring Fit? And I'm like, no. No. I was like, you're funny.
The fitness games do not appeal to me. Like, I'm sorry. I want to be lazy with my body when I'm playing my games.
When I am playing my video games, I am either lying on my bed or lying on my couch. Like I'm not, here to do a workout.
Oh, goodness.
She's so funny. But yeah, she was like, oh, do you want to borrow my Mario games? And I'm like, no.
I do like Mario.
I'm like, I like my weeb games, I've really found my niche with my weeb games. Okay.
And nothing can compare.
Nothing can compare. For me, it's the art style. Like, I just really like the art style. And like, when I look at the game and it looks good, it just makes me happy.
Yeah, I want to get more into niche games. I feel like I always played a lot of mainstream.
I feel like you should play Harvestella.
I just realized I think I've almost lost my... Oh! That's where it was. Oh, no, hang on. I figured it out. That's right.
You were on one of the cat pages.
I was on the cat page.
Yeah. Unfortunately not. But I do think you'll like Harvestella, Nicole. I think you'll like the story.
Yeah, I was looking at it and then it was on special and the next day it wasn't, so.
Oh.
I can only buy things on sale. I can't buy things full price.
Same, either on sale or like used.
Yeah. Yeah, because what's the point otherwise?
Mm-hmm. But I think you'd like the story. There's time travel in it.
I know you said that. Oh, I'm very intrigued.
It's a very interesting story. I will say, like, there is a lot of text, so like, and there's no voice acting, so you just have to read it all. But like, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. It's my current obsession. I have died down a bit. Like, I haven't done, like, that first weekend I got it, I did absolutely nothing else for an entire weekend. And then and then I checked, like, in that week, because after I played that weekend, I didn't play during the week because of work. And then, like, you know how it pops up with, like, how many hours you played? And it was, like, 35 hours. And I was like, whoops, my bad. Maybe I'll tone it down.
I love it when I open my Switch and it's like, you have one friend online. And I know it's you because you're my only friend. It's the best.
I know. I love it. I love it.
I
have like a couple more people now. I have Rue, and I have my 2 cousins as well now. But like for a really long time, you were like my only friend.
I was meant to add Rue. Oh, lost my headphone. I was meant to add Rue, but then I forgot because I think I had to figure out how to do it again. And I just forgot to add her. So I need to do that. She probably thinks I've just ignored her. I haven't.
Fair.
Yeah.
I love my Switch.
It is the best. Remember when you were so hesitant to get it?
I know, because it's such an investment. Like, it's so expensive. Because also not just like the console, but the games too. I've spent so much money on games. I was like sitting there calculating it the other day, and I was like,
"Oh, don't do that!
I gotta stop.
Out of sight, out of mind." Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
That's okay.
But it's okay because I think this year of the like anticipated games I have, the only one left is what's it called? Atelier Ryza. But I haven't played 2, so I can't. I'm forcing myself not to buy 3 until I play 2. So
that's fair.
Yeah,
that's so fair.
There's gonna be an anime for Atelier Ryza.
Is there?
Yeah, apparently they're making an anime and it comes out this summer, which I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm curious what they're gonna do though, because like there are like animated scenes in the game, so I wonder if they're gonna like just take those and then expand on them. I don't know.
Oh, it's so easy to do.
It's so easy. Also, the worst thing is like, so I'm on like I have like my wish list on Deku Deals, and then it'll send you an email whenever something on your wish list goes on sale, and I'm like, and then I get this alert, right, and I'm like, that's a pretty good deal. When's it gonna go on sale that much again? And then, and so then I fall into the trap of just buying games all the time.
You need to stop those emails, mate.
But it's also like I just need to keep a list of like, it's like a TBR, but for like games, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
And I do like to be an informed consumer.
That's fair too.
But yeah, my wish list continues to grow, especially like as I'm trying different types of games. And now I'm like, am I an Otome game stan? I don't know. Possibly.
There's so much to explore.
There's so many genres, so many niches.
So many.
So much fun. And I still have to play Hades. It's still
Have you opened it?
I think I opened it once and then I closed it as soon as the start menu came up, and I was like, no, I don't feel like starting this. And so I closed it. I do want to play it though.
You should.
I bought that back in 2021.
Elder Scrolls is probably the one I've like hardly played.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that one. I spent $40 on that.
It's hard.
And I think I played 3 hours. I think that's what my Switch says.
I just kept dying every 2 seconds.
I know, and it's like everyone is so aggressive in that game. I'm like trying to have a stroll, and some fucking wolf attacks me, and then I try to go into a building, and this person's like, you can't come in, and I'm like, okay, and then I start turning around, and then they start stabbing me in the back.
It's hard.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then I remember I did like the first dungeon or whatever, like the first big boss situation, and it was such an ordeal. And I was like struggling so hard because what happened in the thing was that like you have to kill this like person, and because they steal something from you, and then you have to kill them and then get it back. And then I didn't realize that I had to physically get it back.
Oh, I remember this.
From their body.
And then you went. I remember this. You messaged me.
I had to go all the way. And I went to the thing and they were like, put the thing in. And I was like, I don't have it. What do you mean? And then I had to go all the way back and then dig around for that dead body.
It is so hard.
It was really a struggle. I did not enjoy it. People who put that game on their list of cozy games are unhinged. I tell you, those people are unhinged.
Yeah, that's not my definition of a cozy game.
Because people are always like, oh, like once you get into it, like you can just run around and like just explore. And I'm like, that's not.
I try to run around, but I just die every 2 seconds.
And then I didn't realize that you can't stab the animals. And I was like, oh, let me whack this cow. So I whacked the cow and then I got arrested. Did you know you could get arrested?
Yeah, I got arrested.
I didn't know you could get arrested for whacking a cow in the butt.
Yeah, there's very little explanation.
Yeah.
You're really just tossed into that world. And you struggle.
I really struggled so hard. One day I'll come back to it because I did really like enjoy parts of it. Whenever I wasn't shitting my pants, I did enjoy it. But like, it's just a struggle, really.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the mood for it. But when am I in the mood for a good struggle? You know, like not really ever.
Exactly. That's why I like never trust reviews when they're like, "Oh, I don't like this game sucks because it's too easy," and I'm like, that sounds like a great game to me.
Literally.
Like, so many of the reviews of Harvestella are like, oh, the combat system is too simple. And I'm playing it and I'm like, it's incredible. It's so much fun. Because I don't die.
Yeah, they just love it really hard, don't they?
They do. And I'm like, what's the point? What's the point if you're just going to be dying all the time?
There is no point.
Some people like that, though. Some people like the challenge or whatever.
Are you in the mood to do another sprint?
I could do one more.
Should we make this our last one?
Yeah.
What time is it for you?
It's like almost 11:30.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay.
And then we can, end this, I guess.
Yeah.
We've done really well.
We have. This is one of our better and more productive sprints, I feel.
Even though we had like an extra long break, but
it's okay. We deserved it because we didn't take extra time during our regular breaks.
That's true. That's true. We did well.
We did.
I'll get this started.
Hello.
Hello.
How did you do? Did you finish volume 1?
I'm so close.
Oh,
I'll definitely finish it like today, so that's good.
I'm on
How'd you go?
262.
Amazing.
I think I have less than 100 pages of the actual text left.
Oh my god.
It's so good. And volume 2 doesn't come out for months.
Oh no. So you
What
have to wait a bit.
What have I done to myself?
I do this. If it gets too hard, if I'm not in the mood for a hard game, it's hard.
Yeah, same.
Oof.
I really like that. Yeah, for real. I really like games that have difficulty levels so that like when I'm feeling like it's too difficult, I can like take it down to easy and then just continue, you know?
It's so good. So good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm glad you're liking the audiobook more.
Sometimes narrators do take a little bit to warm up too.
Yeah.
And sometimes you know straight away.
Sometimes you know. If you know, you know.
That's true. Well, those were our last sprints. So I guess we'll sign off here.
I guess so.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. I haven't done these in a while, so it was a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Happy reading, all that, and